This week's Beyond Clean Expert Series episode entitled Precleaning, When Every Second Matters, was written by Flexible Endoscope Expert Michael Matthews, Director of Customer Training and Education for Agility. After a procedure, your flexible endoscope embarks on a critical process of decontamination, cleaning, and inspection to ensure it's ready for the next patient. While the goal is for this process to run smoothly and without error, the reality is that damage to flexible endoscopes can easily happen during this time. The time period immediately following a procedure is one of the most critical points for flexible endoscope cleaning, which is why accrediting bodies like the Joint Commission have been heavily focused on it over the past several years. Blood and bodily fluids only take seconds to begin drying onto surfaces of the scope, and once they've dried, they become exponentially more difficult or even impossible to clean. This is most apparent at the air-water nozzle on the distal tip. This extremely narrow opening tends to accumulate bioburden, usually in the form of mucus, and is not accessible to brushing during the decontamination process. Consequently, once the bioburden has dried, this channel does not allow the necessary air and water to flow properly for the procedure. The result? It presents a significant patient safety risk. Unfortunately, pressures to turn rooms quickly and a lack of training, model-specific, often leads to pre-cleaning being incomplete or skipped entirely. For SPD departments, it can be challenging to correct the problem as the issue is typically only noticed during the repair process by an outside vendor. Without feedback from a repair vendor or access to repair data, it's unlikely the root cause, pre-cleaning, will be identified without a significant rise in service costs. How can you address gaps in pre-cleaning practices? Gather a cross-functional team with representatives from OR endoscopy leadership, SPD, infection prevention, and risk management, and include your repair vendor to identify, understand, and work through the gaps. Ensure staff are aware of the model-specific requirements of each scope you're using. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Beyond Clean Expert Series. For more flexible endoscope questions and answers, you can contact Michael at michael.matthews@agilityhealth.com.